so this is part 2 of what I was talking about. I'm going to recap a little bit. The first thing is, if you're going to get your own authority, you want to be able to pull your own freight. You don't want to be leased on to any company. With the way technology is, we can do it. We can all do it on our own. We don't really need a company to help us move freight around. We've been out here, a lot of us have been out here long enough to know who got good freight and who doesn't have good freight. If you're trying to get with companies like Walmart, Target, Kroger's, all them, you're going to have a hard time because they have big carriers that are involved in that. So, the best way to get yourself out there is to look at some of these mom and pop shipping companies who only have a few trucks, who might need help moving freight. And yeah, they may not have freight all the time, but you work around them, you know what I'm saying? You work around them to where they say, hey, we move freight on the first of the month. So the first of the month, we always have loads that leave out. Okay, cool, put it on your calendar. First of the month, I need to be over here so that I can grab this load. This load is going to take me to here. Now, if you really slick and you really can maximize on your planning, you can probably plan out 21 days worth of freight carrying from different people and be able to go home for 10 days, 9 to 10 days, and then turn around and do it all over again from the first one again. If you know somebody that moves the same freight all the time. And what I mean by that is, I'll give you an example. I live in Louisville, Kentucky. So I can pick up out of Industrial Parkway over there someplace by, about a Ford plant. Let's just say I pick up from Ford on the first of the month, and I take that load to Michigan. Okay. In Michigan, I know that there's a guy that ships out on the 5th of the month. Well, it's not going to take me 5 days to get to Michigan. Okay. So in the meantime, I'm looking like, okay, if I pick up on the 1st in Kentucky and I can be in Michigan by the 3rd, what am I going to do in between time? Nothing, because there's nothing going on between the 3rd and the 5th. No, there's probably something that's going to be around. Okay, but anyway, let's just say the guy delivers, he picks up and ships out on the 3rd to make it more, time consistent. So I pick up in Louisville on the 1st, and then I deliver on the 3rd. And then I pick up on the 3rd my guy over here, and I take it back down to Berea, Kentucky. All right, I deliver that on the 5th. Okay, out of Berea, Kentucky, I pick up a load of forklifts and I drive them out to California that delivers on the 10th. Okay, so now I'm going out to California. Well, I get out to California and I got an agent out there who delivers, who ships on the 11th. I can pick up a load on the 11th, California, and turn around and take it back to South Carolina. South Carolina, it delivers on the 16th. So then now I'm driving back to South Carolina on the 16th, which on the 16th I get to South Carolina, I deliver the load, and then bam, I got a shipper over there that's shipping on the 16th that's going down to Texas. That needs to be there by the 19th. So I go to Texas, deliver that load on the 19th. I pick up a load out of Texas that needs to go back to Chicago area. Well, I pick up in Texas on the 19th. I deliver in Chicago on the 22nd. Okay. Now the 22nd, I'm in Chicago. There's a load leaving Chicago going to Louisville, and I'll take that load from Chicago on the 22nd, and I'll be back in Louisville on the 23rd. So then now I'm back home on the 23rd, and I take a week off. That's 7 days off, or 8 days off, depending on how many days it is in a month. And I got time off. And then on the 1st again, I pick up in Louisville, and I take it to Michigan. Michigan to Kentucky, Kentucky to California, California to South Carolina, South Carolina to Texas, Texas to Chicago, Chicago back to Kentucky. Now, that's a nice run to be able to do that and to be able to make money. The potential on that, on those different types of loads going north and south and east and west, and having a 23-day work schedule is wonderful because you'll be able to make good money. The only thing is it predictable? Can it be predicted that if you show up, they have this load ready and waiting to go? Possibly. Why is that? Because if you have empty trailers that you can put at these locations and you know where they ship to all the time. Most shippers ship to the same place all the time. You just got to find one that fits you. If you can find one that fits you, then there's your connection right there. Oh man, somebody's truck caught on fire. Somebody's trailer caught on fire at the rest area over here. Yellow. I guess he was coming down the hill and his brakes caught on fire, and they let the trailer just burn up. That's crazy. Why not put the fire out? Anyway, so well, those are something that you can't do that with a company. You can't do that lease onto a company. You can try, but the company's always going to look at that and say, no, I don't want to do that load. No, we're going to mess you up. We're going to put you over here because you're making too much money. You're making too much money. You're predictable. They're not going to keep that going. They're going to try to smash it somehow. Unless you're one of their pet peeve favorites, one of their pets, then they'll give it to you. But other than that, they're not going to give it to you, and therefore you're going to lose out on a great run. Now, sometimes you don't want to overexert yourself, so that's the reason why I would say if you pick up on the 1st and you deliver on the 3rd, if you deliver on the 3rd in the morning, you pick up on the 3rd in the afternoon. Like for example, you deliver at 8 in the morning, pick up by 1300. Even if you're running out of time, you'll still have time to get to your destination, if you do your clock right, and then you're good to go. Now, you'll be running off recaps also. So recaps they're really helpful, but you got to be able to maximize on your time so that you can get your hours back. Even though, it's a 5-hour drive to Michigan, you got to think about next week. Next week, where you're going to be at. If next week is going to be that run going to California, you might need to have some hours on there. You might need to be getting some hours back so you're not stuck with 5 hours coming back, and now you got to stop short again, because that's going to mess up your next week. So, being able to manage your time is going to help you a lot. And if you need to take a 34-hour reset in between, do it where you have your longest runs, whether it's going to California or it's coming back from California. Where you get out to California, you take a day and a half off so that you can get your reset in, and in that way you can do that on the way back. You go out to California. As soon as you get to California, you deliver the load, and you take a day off. Take a 24 hours, and then you pick up the next morning at 8 o'clock in the morning, so that way you have a 34-hour reset. You get a 34-hour reset in, now you're fresh clock coming back, going to South Carolina, going to Dallas, going to Chicago, back to Louisville, or back to Kentucky, or, vice versa. The problem is, with most of us, we don't think that far out. All we think out is, hey, where's this load paying? And how much is the load paying? If you make it a nice run, you'll be able to turn in your trips and you'll have great income coming in. especially if you own your truck and you don't have a truck payment, you don't have a trailer payment. Pay your insurance by the month, not by the week. You know, you'll be able to actually maximize on a lot of things. Another thing is this too. The more drivers you have, I'm not going to say the more problems you have, but the more situations you have to take a look at. You know, you have to keep up with your maintenance on your vehicles and on your trailers. You have to listen to the drivers to see when they want to go home. You know, if you know, you gotta have some contingencies in place. What if one of your drivers is having a family emergency at the house? You know, you need to have somebody to replace that driver while that driver's at home, or you have to replace them yourself. You know, and that's something that you want to look at. You know, as far as like company wise, if you hire drivers where you live at, and then when they come home, they park their truck on your yard, they drive their cars home, then that's fine. You know, if anything happens, you tell them to keep you know, posted, you know, 2 weeks ahead of time. And then, you know, there are times when unexpected things do happen. Yep, unexpected things happen. So we have to be flexible about it and get somebody in there that can replace and drive. You know, you might have a guy that's a CDL license holder, but he's working inside your yard as a yard switcher. You know, you might tell him, hey, look, you know, I'll pay you by the hour, but if somebody has an emergency and I need you to drive, then you'll get paid by the mile. And you'll have your truck and you can drive your truck and go do that. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, you get paid by the hour for being a switcher. Okay, cool. That way, if anybody does have a problem like that, you got a yard guy that's out, you know what I'm saying? And then you yourself, you know, either if you have more than one switcher, then you can have more than one switcher, or you can hire a temporary switcher in that place. Now, say you got a customer that's local. Say you got a customer that's local, and that customer wants you to like leave some trailers on the yard, and they call you and they say, hey, this load is ready, can you come get it? Okay, cool, no problem. You go pick up the load, bring the load over to the yard, and it's on the yard. Now your drivers come in, they got freight right there, okay? You know, if the drivers can't take it, then you lease it out to, or you put it on a load board and have an owner take it, where they can go and take it and drop the trailer at the facility, and then you'll have somebody come pick the trailer up. So, I mean, there's many ways of doing things. These are just some of my ideas. I know a couple other things that people, you know, need to really think about as far as like buying a truck and being an owner-operator compared to being a lease operator, is that if you really want to get into this, then you need to do the research on this. You need to get down there and you need to get into the books and start researching how to manage your time and how to manage your money and how to manage your fuel, how to do the maintenance and stuff on your vehicles, and how to pick loads. Once you've established this, then you're good to go. You know, you're not completely fully aware of everything that goes on, but you have a basic grasp on how to be successful. And I don't care what anybody tells you. You cannot look at a load on a load board and it tells you if you make if that load is paying $2,500 for the truck to go 1,000 miles. You don't know if you're going to make money on that or not until you break that load down. Why is that? Because unless you know what your daily expenses are every day or every week, and I mean I'm including like your home expenses too. You know, that's why we're out here. We're out here to make money for our families. We're out here to make money for ourselves and to build a career. So therefore, you need to know how much money you're making and if you are making money. Because if you're not making money, what's the point of being out here, you know? I got this merchant sweatshirt on, that puts lint all on my face. I don't like it. Anyway, so, I mean, if you guys have ideas on what needs to be, you know, on the owner-op process, you know, feel free to share them. Feel free, you know, put your comments on at the bottom of the videos on what you think or how you think an owner-operator should, you know, the certain things that the owner-operator should pay attention to. Tell me those things. If you think some other things that I didn't mention, tell me about those and put it in the comments so that we all can learn from this. You know, this is not just about me keeping what knowledge I have and not, you know, passing it along. I want to pass it along to all you guys, so everybody has an opportunity to know how to make money and to be successful. You know, a lot of people don't want to tell you nothing. They keep it all to themselves. I'm not like that. If you want to know how to do something, if I know how to do it, I'll tell you. You know, and then I'm not telling you so that you can do what I say. I'm telling you so that you can learn and do what you want to do, but use my technique as a learning experience. But you need to make your experience and get proficient with the way you do things. If you can do that, then you'll be fine. You know, it's all about that. Okay, well, let's play a game here, because it's going to let me over. You know, another thing is, you know, we talk about it all the time. There's no more courtesy out here on the road. You know, there are some drivers who will slow down and let you in. There's some drivers who won't do it. You know, you'll be determined in your company by your group on how you do business. You know, if your drivers are the ones that are seen out there driving 80 miles an hour, cutting people off, not caring, you're not going to have a lot of drivers, because real drivers are going to look at that and they're not going to want to come over there. They're not going to want to be affiliated with that. Now, younger drivers, they may like it because they might say, hey, you know what, he's driving 80 miles an hour. I want to go to that company. He's going 80 miles. You know, and I did notice one thing as I was like observing some of these truckers, but most owner-operators that are not crunched for time, they don't work that fast. They don't go that fast. They tend to put their trucks on cruise control and just relax. You know, that's typically how it goes. And then you got company drivers who are out here driving 62, 65 miles an hour up against the governor. You know, that's costing your company money, but like I said, they don't care. They're running it. They don't care. They're running their fuel because it's cold to them. So they're going to run their fuel. And, you know, it is what it is. Stay warm. Stay cool, whatever. But think about your company also when you're doing that. I'm coming up on the first toll road in West Virginia. First toll road coming up. You know, today is November 24th. Yeah, today's the 24th. 2 more days until it's Turkey Day. People, I want y'all to be safe out there. And, you know, there's nothing out there that important where you're going to, you know, mess up and kill yourself trying to get a load there on time. They can always reschedule that load. You know, that one truck was coming down from Yellow. He was coming down the flat top mountain over there when he was coming through, and his brakes caught on fire because he was probably in the wrong gear. he's probably in the wrong gear and ended up burning his brakes out, which in return caught the trailer on fire. You know, a lot of these trailers, they're not made out of fire retardant stuff. Those brakes and stuff, oh man, they heat up real fast, and then when they heat up, it's over. Once it catches on fire, it's over. You gotta try your best to disconnect from that thing really fast, because if not, your whole investment goes right up with it. You know, and that's the main thing about it. Protect your investment. Protecting your investment. That's protecting your truck, protecting your trailer, and protecting your life. That is your investment. You know, just because you see some other idiots out here driving freaking off fast and shit and trying to race and shit like that, doesn't mean you have to be doing it. You know, think of it as like, look at your life. Is your life worth it? What happens if that person loses control of that truck? You know, what happens if that person's brakes go out? You know what I'm saying? What happens if that person can't stop enough and they hit somebody else? Think about the lives that they take. But then, do you want that to happen to you? Do you want that to be you? That, you know, all of a sudden, you know, now you're standing in court because you murdered a family. Because you were racing down the road and your brakes went out when you lost control and you hit that family in the car. You know, coming back from church or coming back from grandma's house or coming back from, you know, a Christmas play or Christmas pageant. You know, the weather's not bad right now, but here in a minute, it's going to start getting cold. And it's going to start getting rainy and icy and slick. And, you know, we got to be able to remember the main thing. Arrive alive. Arrive alive. You know, don't kill nobody else in the process. You know, put the Jake on, slow yourself down, you know, and everything will be all right. Anyway, again, like I said, my name is Pharaoh 40220, and I am a lease owner operator at Mercer Transportation. Mercer right here. Mercer is a good company. Mercer will give you an opportunity to make money, learn how to master your skill in your trade, and then once you have mastered it, then you move on to the next level, which is being an owner operator. If anybody wants to get in touch with me, you can email me at pharaoh40220@gmail.com. That's PHARAOH40220@gmail.com. You can call me at 502-457-3727, or you can hit me up on Facebook, or you can hit me up on Twitter. And Twitter, I'm listed under Ghetto Star